Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Star Destroyer Gaming, and I'm here with another game of the week. I know it's been more than a week since the last one, but that's okay. So today we have a special game. I call this the Britbong Special, and this is a fun one because we lose pretty bad. So it's a good example. So Total Destruction, right? Uh, One of the matches I hosted, 4v4. You got the sides here, a lot of heavy armor, right? And then, they have a good balanced mix of divisions here, and we get just wiped. And we end up falling back all the way to the spawn, but I don't want to spoil everything for you, so I'm just going to let it play. So I take the center zone here, right? And something about this division is I only I up-vet my Challenger 2s, and I take both cards. So I have a total of 4 challengers. You have to ration them, or I ration them throughout the game, And so when those go, it's kind of the backbone of the division, and division's still viable without them, but I like having those challengers a lot. So let's speed it up here a little bit, and you can just see how things develop, and we are happy to go ahead and take the center here. We get our scouts out, right? Get our AA. I want to put AA rapiers up on this little hill line here to cover, get some tanks here, get infantry in this area, and basically do a decent job of opposing the enemy. So we'll just speed it up right until we start. As you can see, this game is not crazy long. Here we go, and just for comparison's sake, we can take a look at everybody's side here. And here they are, all arrayed out, ready to go. Here's us. I'd like to play on neutral, but then you can't tell what units are mine, so I play with my vision, because that way the decisions I make kind of make sense. I don't know why this rover turned around and went all the way back this way, that's okay. But I want to have a little defenses here, infantry here, and then infantry crawling up this way. So here we go. Loyalists. Right away I notice, I check on my screen, I'm like, okay, Stockton, which is the VDV player, right, is on this side. So I'm like, thank God I'm not facing this division, because it is just so annoying to fight. But as you're going to see, we don't do too well. Regardless. Speed it up here, get everybody out into their respective zones. We are offloading. Now, for some reason, I took Saxons instead of regular transports. I don't know why I did that. I fixed it after this game, but we just got a bunch of Saxons sitting around that aren't useful and that I can't sell. And that, I mean, you notice I always sell. I never take armed transports except for like Warriors or something, or Bradleys. And then this guy starts searching, and I'm like setting these guys back. I'm like, oh great, this is gonna cause some damage. But the Saxons actually proved to be kind of good because they do have smoke launchers, right? So they're screening the infantry, so that thing's not gonna see infantry, which is actually kind of a good deal. So, maybe have to rethink. They are okay because they have a smoke launcher. So, anyway, first kill there. We're going to take this guy out, I'm pretty sure. I love the tracked rapiers. They're just really strong, non-radar AA. But I bring in helicopters, as you're going to see later, so I keep having to resupply them. And then we've got a huge gap here. So I'm taking this, which should be the center, but I'm really taking the flank, because this guy's just a noob, I guess, and guarding this, and nobody's going... I mean, oh yeah, look, and this guy guards this. Like, it's like, come on, so... That's not good. I used the last rocket, and then I'm all out. And so I believe that I just have to wait and get a plane, which I do. So already things aren't going super well here. But because we've got our line cut off, our challengers are engaging. Pop smoke, because I can't have them dying, right? Double challies, just like always. Very strong counter in this sector here, so that's okay. And I'm just like, these guys are going to be such a freaking nightmare now. They're roaming around. That plane does come. Yeah, here it comes, right? Just traveling in, and I'm just like, I have to use the... I only take the one card of planes, because I have no SEAD or anything. Look, smoke again, saving it, so... The smoke on these is kind of nice, I'll admit. But I take the plane. I know it's not going to kill them both. I just want to maybe take one out and then distract them, Which works, fortunately. Enemies, my infantry is totally viable, though, so I decided to press the attack, see what they can do. and I realize that these guys are just all over the place. It's a huge problem. I don't know if I can get these guys through, but we're taking a toll on their infantry, you know. So, you know, our superior, nobody has infantry like the Brits do. Cautious about this guy, right, coming in, but it's okay. And I'm just waiting for the ticks now, just because these guys were so defensive-minded. You know? Unfortunately, the enemy did not. Let's go to neutral here. Look, they actually got all the way in, but they didn't get a supply or a command in for a while. But they have these guys here, so look, they're already established in this sector. Like, the town's gone. Now, this guy's damaged, right? This guy's finally getting through. So infantry are damaged, tanks are damaged, this thing's out of ammo. So we are in desperate straits here. Desperate straits. Fortunately, our air mobiles with their Law 80s are able to drive off this T-80U. And that one is still has 3 left in, and so this thing could probably take it out. If I'm able to use it right. I'm just keeping these here because I don't want to bring them to the back, but I imagine it in a clump they could threaten the helicopters, so I'm like, whatever, I'll try it. They're falling back, which is smart. I couldn't, if I engage right here with the tanks, they'd die, but I don't want to risk 2 HP and 3 HP, you know? So, you know, I bring it back, or whatever. Yeah, we're just engaging those RPO, kind of sitting there chilling. This guy's getting these tanks resupplied, which is good. We got Spetsnaz here coming across, I believe. Spetsnaz Guru. Yeah, here they go, and they actually get decimated. These guys dug in with 2 machine guns, all their assault rifles firing. They just pin these guys down and wipe them out, so... it's not close quarters, so again, superior British Britbong infantry here, which is super nice. These tanks are ready again, so I bring them out. And look, they bring this into close quarters, big mistake. So able to get 2 or 3 laws into it, and then it's almost dead, right? So, perfect for my challenges to engage. As you're going to see, it's unfortunately not actually going to matter, but, you know, I think we get that one. I'm not actually sure if we do or not. And I'm like, let's bring the Charlies out, like, let's kill whatever we find, like, I'm down. Finally getting more AA up, which I should have already done. I'm bringing out these here to cover this sector, because I don't know what's over here. And as we're going to see, that's going to be very needed pretty soon, because they're going to start infiltrating guys through here, and that's when we really get into trouble. But to get ahead of the game here, Rapier, amazing, right? Putting in work, downs that heli, no problemo. Getting our other rapiers up. I'm hoping to get a rapier kind of here and kind of here, you know, to cover. And then look, this is bad. This is where things turn around for me. That cluster bomber gets its clusters off. Look, I try to split the tanks and the supply. Lose all 3. So, all of a sudden, we're in a weak position. No tanks. These guys can't be resupplied. It's a bad position. So, this is where things go south for us. I do have an infantry group of 3 Jaeger and 4 RMP, or military police. And my goal is to put them here and to kind of infiltrate around this side and hopefully get some kills. So, I do have that going for me. A little infantry battle group is forming. And then right away, I realize that the need for supply is dire. We're not getting a ton of income. And so, not enough for a Chally or even 2, so I just throw a supply heli down. I want it to land as fast as possible. This guy's almost out of missiles, you know, so the situation is not looking good. We do have these rapiers coming out, fortunately, which are really nice, just because they can't be targeted by radar. There are allies here having a hard time with this infantry push and heli push that keeps coming in around the side here. Doing quite a bit of damage. Let's see if he gets the kill. I don't know if he does. Yes, he does, but he's probably going to die to AA because he went out too far. Or not. Lucky Eagle. Yeah, it's always hard to tell. It's why I don't take ASF, is because it's almost impossible to guarantee, like, a return. Like, 1 missile got hit and he's already heavily damaged, so. Anyways, here comes our supply heli. It's kind of surprising how long they take really across the map, but here he comes. Ready to go. I've got these waiting just in case there's a target of opportunity or something, but you know, not necessarily banking on them. Our infantry are here. gotta move the rapier back down again. It's so ridiculously slow. So I may have been better going with supply truck, so I could actually bring him up, but I decided instead to opt to bring this guy down, you know. I don't think this guy knows how successful it was that he killed the Challies. Now, I'm like, uh-oh, these guys are helpless against them, so I move them back. You know, because in destruction mode, I mean, the thing is that, you know, you could do accurate BDA, like battle damage assessment. If I arty, you know, somewhere with, or I think enemy artillery is, I'll see the points go up, so I'll know if I killed it. And you don't have that in conquest mode, you know. So you have accurate BDA if you're paying attention. So if he was paying attention, I'm not sure if he noticed personally, but he would have seen that he killed the 2 Challenger point worth vehicles. You know, how much are they? 290, right? So you'd see kill 290, 290, and then the supply truck. So he would know. It's possible he thinks I'm stronger than I am or something because he elects not to push me, you know. But it saves me, at least for now. We got infantry up. It always baffles me how people will try to engage, like, infantry close range with BMPs. Because pretty much no matter what kind of BMP, infantry's gonna get the first shot and it's probably gonna kill it, you know. Look, there goes again. Easy kill. Another one. BTR 60, easy kill. Like, I don't understand why people take armed transports because they're, like, useless. But anyways. Yep, moving this guy out, moving these rapiers up, you know. T-80U coming in, making me very nervous. You know, I could always sacrifice this. He does have 513 kilogram bombs, which are actually really strong, 6 of them. So it's possible to get the kill, but, you know, I want to hold it in reserve because it's never guaranteed. But, you know, we're just doing our best to defend here. Enemy infantry, with enough waves, they're gonna, you know, take you down. And I'm moving this back out. I didn't want to, but look, these would have gotten line of sight on him. Here comes the AH-1. I'm like, it's time to possibly use it. Turns out to be a mistake. And I withdraw it as soon as I notice, but, you know, these things are so weak. I've seen clumps of like 4 to 6 get taken out by 1 Strela rocket. You know, they're so weak, so they're nice. But, you know, you gotta watch out for them. I actually kind of enjoy how they only have 12 rockets, because that forces you, like, big enemy air raid. I like how they only have 12 rockets, because it forces you to withdraw after they're done. Like, if they had 64, people would be tempted to keep them there for a long time, you know? But since they only have 12, it kind of forces you to pull it back. And, look, boom, got that T-80U kill. They're saving me, loyalists, by using such, like, kind of poor tactics there. Like, thank goodness that he was doing that, because I would have been in real trouble if he had stood them off and attacked with infantry. But he drove tanks right into British infantry with Law 80s, so that's what happens. BMPs, BTR 80s, like, just, you know, nothing. There's no reason to do that. You can see these are the new laser-guided bombs here. This thing is extremely expensive, 410 points. But it's actually, I can't decide if it's worth the points, but it can lob its bombs really, like, really far, which is worth noting. Like, look at that, you know. Where are they gonna land? Who knows? But laser-guided bombs are nice. Anyways, expending our AA ammo on another thing like that, you know, obviously I like shooting him down, but I keep having to send this guy out. So I put my Challies kind of up here on this side, and that proves to be their undoing, because these Challies are going to naturally try to, nice kill there, are going to naturally try, look here, look, it's showing its side and rear to the enemy for some reason. Like, you have to keep them somewhere where they can come pop out and then come back. Keep them on the side, they'll do all sorts of really weird, random shit that's, like, not good at all. So, anyways, oh yes. One time it's good to have a Saxon, since the enemy just has no, I got our CP in. This guy's out of rockets, so T-80, you know, if I had more air mobile, would have been a sacrifice loss for him, but it wasn't. Yeah, one time, the only time I like vehicles in forests is when they're facing RPOs, and it's actually worth it. So here comes our second Challenger, so I'm like, that's good. I'm trying to get some more air mobile into here, you know. Our Milan, which is supposed to cover this side here, actually gets a tongue, which is awesome. And that thing gets a side shot on a T-80U, which is beautiful. So we're really reaping a toll on the enemy. Like, they had the one cluster, which is good, but other than that, they're having a very 185 point kill again with the tongue down to the Milan. So they're having a very, very poor rate of exchange with my forces so far. It's going to change. Now look, here we are here. Just chilling, right? Just waiting for a chance to, like, ambush something. But I'm afraid of that rocket thing, so I'm moving these up to try to get that to happen. Look, here we go. Barely evades the missile. Smoke. Exposed the side. This guy already got exposed the side to something for some reason. Milan's doing work. I don't ever resupply it, so my mistake. But, you know, the Milan did do good here. Great position for it, right? And I think enemies think that they can't see through here, and for some reason, it can with no restriction, which doesn't make any sense, but hey, whatever, like, look again, instant kill. I don't know why people bring armored vehicles into forests, I don't understand. Anyway, there's some Metis armed infantry in here that's gonna give me grief that I have to take care of, but it's whatever. Let's just speed things up a little bit here. Actually, just kidding. Let's look at the neutral view here. So, you know, not actually a ton going on the enemy side because they're kind of sacrificing themselves against my forces. I put this up. I'm really glad I ordered those air mobiles in earlier because I'm like, well, clearly they're needed right here because they're just putting a strong push into here. And look at this, something like that. Its side armor is like so juicy to me. I'm like, oh my god. You know, the Panzerfaust 44 is honestly, I mean, it's not a law. It's better than a law, but it's pretty bad. So, you know, that's why I take the Jaeger upfitted if possible, so I can get those hits with the law or with the Panzerfaust. This guy down to 0 rockets. I never resupply him, so he's useless after he runs out. My mistake. I'm used to my transports auto-selling, so let's just sit here and take fire. There you go, smoke and then get that guy out. Notice my allies having some trouble, so, you know, I want to put up a little bit of a screen here. Anyways. Fire coming in from the side. And these guys are not having a good time. For some reason, this replay mode doesn't let you read the chat, which is kind of annoying, but he was complaining about being pressured really hard. And there wasn't really a lot I could do, because I was just trying to keep my guys resupplied here, you know? But look, boom. They engaged my Chally, side shots with the Jaeger. Beautiful kill. Beautiful kill. So let's speed things up again here. Back and forth. Not a ton going on my side. Lots of heavy enemy air raids constantly happening. Look, they sent some guys into the forest trying to take me out. Does not succeed. But this is where things go bad again. So my Chally gets routed from a side shot. They back him up here. The other one is still here, and then I realized that there's BMPs in here, and it knocked out a Saxon. I put them out in a line to try to detect enemies coming in. I realized there's BMPs in here, and I don't have like an Apache rocket or something that can kill them, you know, or even Cobras. And I have the plane, and that's it. And so I realized that I'm kind of in trouble because unknowns to me, I know there's BMPs, and behind those probably infantry. So I start moving these back because I realize I need them back. This guy gets killed while on low health. Loyalist comes back, so good snipe on his part. This laser-guided bomber is just roaming around. Who knows what, why. It goes down with the bomb still attached, I'm pretty sure. So, you know, whatever. So, having that Chinook goes down, my Chally is still alive, but things are not looking too good. Enemy infantry roaming around. My rapiers are dead. So, that's suboptimal. And I actually send in the AH-1, the Gazelle, just to give it a try. And it goes down pretty fast to the BMP, I believe. It actually takes like one hit. It's damaged, and then 2, 1. Oh, maybe it does make it out, I don't remember. Look, and I bring in more for some reason. Look, now there's enemy infantry here. I'm moving these guys to the side. Take out that with the law. Thank God for those laws. Move this back so I can't get side shot. I need supply ASAP. The route has been completely cut, so these have to stop. They can't continue. And my air mobile are at this point kind of fighting for their lives. These guys are like the rescue force, like they're coming in to help stabilize. But either way, I've lost my grip here. And these guys are running out of HP. I've only got one tank left. This guy's, again, still out of ammo. These guys need resupply, so I'm consolidating. I'm drawing everyone back in, because I realize my lines have been breached. I'm in trouble here. And the enemy is definitely pushing here. A little bit more confidently, so I'm in trouble there. This guy's defensive position is actually useful here for once, but I have to hold this whole, you know, I have like a U-shaped defense now, which is not ideal. And I just put these guys here to help my ally, because I knew he was going to get pushed back, and then these would come into play. I don't remember how effective it is. And I try to get a terrier, or a rapier, up here to assist, but I don't know how effective that is. Fortunately, these guys charge with their infantry, you know, when you're running, they're not nearly as accurate, so, like, British infantry are standing still, kind of dug in, massacre, you know, great for me. I move this in, and it takes BMP fire, and I realize that this is not good. I don't want to move these guys in when there's BMPs everywhere. And this guy wanders right over enemy lines, because he's stunned. So that's not good. Anyways, I actually do manage to get him back, I believe, and I realize there's a strong push. Taken already. BMP is still on my supply route. I reroute these guys around this way, because I'm like, I have to get them in somehow. My ally here is collapsing, basically. All he has left is this in the zone. That's it. So he's kind of screwed. So I realize that this is really bad. And here comes that plane, knocking down that. I move this guy out of the zone because I realize that he's not going to make it. These guys are just holding on by their fingernails to the very corner, engaging at point blank range, basically. That thing goes down to a BMP. Jaeger damaged. Last one goes out, misses. I got my other two Jaeger coming in though. Enemy aircraft roaming free because my AA is all down. That was right here. And look, these guys are out of almost everything, out of laws. I mean, it's bad. But fortunately, these guys were able to save the day and kind of secure this line. I bring in a ton of blowpipes in, then I realize, oh god, get them off the road. Because I'm just like, fuck it, like blowpipe spam, like, that'll work. Which, I mean, it kind of does. And I'm just in awe of the British infantry, holding their ground here, no matter what, against superior enemy forces. These air mobile guns, the machine guns, when they're just sitting still, are like rocks. Here comes this cluster bomber. Not a good situation. But I don't lose a tank or anything, so, you know, good try on his part. It's blowpipe time at this point. Like, here's the rapier to support the Milans. They've shot off a couple of rounds and kind of delayed the enemy, but not much more, which is all you can really do when you have no allied support. But I was just trying to do what help I can. These guys get overrun with no HP, you know, not good. And I'm just like trying to get the supply trucks back, get these guys together. Everyone's fighting for their life, basically. These guys are getting overrun. And it's around this time I realize, you know, that this whole position is untenable. I'm not going to survive. And so I need to pull everybody back to here. Because look, there's no point hanging on to this when I don't have the zone. So I might as well pull back to like a line like this here. And then put defenses at this crossroads, which becomes my goal. Blowpipes get an Akula kill. That was very important to me. It's missing every shot. And this thing is also missing. But these guys get the kill, which is, again, amazing. Anyone who doesn't take blowpipes is a fool. Fool in my book, because en masse, they're so cheap you can mass them, and en masse they're good, so. Here we go, the tank is down, right? These guys are consolidating, trying to kill this infantry, but look, supply trucks are leaving. These guys are kind of pushing back. I realize that the situation's not good. Milans are down. I actually saved this one rather than die in place. This guy has good defenses up here and here, you know? But now think about how much income the enemy has. Every sector, we have one sector. So they're gonna win pretty soon. Like, they're gonna have a huge weight of numbers coming in pretty soon. And look, artillery, I mean, oh my god. These guys again almost out of AT, they just stopped the BMP rush. RMP is doing their best here. Artillery stunning their own troops, which is nice. But, I mean, they're hitting everything now, so you can see here, we start to pull back to this line. My new reinforcements are going to hold here, and then in kind of this area here. You know, no point defending somewhere so strung out when you can pull back and get a more defensive line going. Because there's really no way I could have gotten that sector, you know, so it's whatever. But it's a shame that we're in place right outside here, and that we were right outside here, we weren't able to get either one. It's in large part due to this guy just turtling over here for no reason, but, you know, he's trying, so BMP wave coming in, you know. Actually, really nice cluster there if it actually hit anything, which it doesn't. So here we go. Pullback is happening. And fortunately, thank God, the enemy doesn't actually push us very hard. We're able to withdraw in good order, like rushing some Kherson. Like, we had a harassing fire come around us, but we were able to get across, like, sort of, you know, in order. Sort of okay, but we lost a lot of guys on the way out. But at least we're not being actively fought every inch as we're trying to retreat. I'm going to put SAS up on here, and the reason for that is they can pop armored vehicles by themselves. They're obviously good infantry, just a screen of infantry to prevent anything getting through. And they're their own little AA piece, which is good. So, SAS here, I thought was the move. Especially when there seemed to be so many enemy aircraft that they just kept shutting down, like, everything. It was so bad. So, here we go. Back into our defensive line here. Take that out with the side hit again. Just, you can't put BMPs, even against Jaeger. Like, come on, guys. Terrible move. Double BMP kill by, you know, a unit that's 50 points. Like, you know, come on. And I want to put a little infantry cluster right here, too, just to guard the flank, right? SAS going up. Got a rapier in the back. I mean, oh, look, in here, let's start to multitask. Just because I need this zone needs to stay up. So, I put Milans here and a rapier. Rapier gets good kills here. I lose a Milan right away, but rapier is awesome. I instantly resupply because I know it's going to run out. Yeah, beautiful rapier, already paid for itself. Here's the SAS coming up. And I'm like, you know, I have lots of Milans in my inventory, so I'm like, I may as well just put some of them out. So, like over there, my teammate needed help. Put out a couple Milans here, a couple Milans. Like, they're only 20 points apiece. Enemy BMP pushing. My blowpipes, not a tremendous loss if they die. SAS moving up into place. Now let's look at the neutral setting here. So look, there's a lot of bad guys coming. There's a fucking huge tank column. They're just blowing points. I mean, look at this. This is not good. Like, we don't have anything like this coming up. And they are just ready to fucking go. Yeah, not a good situation, so... Although, from their point of view, they can't really tell, but... Actually, they probably can't tell. Like, they can't tell we're not very dense, though, which is good. So, let's go back to our view here. They don't know that this is such a dense defensive position, but I mean, this is like the crossroads at the center of the map. Like, I'm not gonna just give it up, you know. I'm hoping that these three SAS, the rapier, and then just the blowpipe clusters will shut down enemy AA. Like, at least offensively moving over this zone, you know. Because, like, what else? Like, what else can you do here? Anyways. There's enemy infantry in here, infiltrating probably this way and through here, so I send the bombers out, I don't know, before too long. Here they go. I send the bombers out to hit both clusters. If only we had infantry here, that would have been good. And the enemy's giving me a break now. Obviously, they can wait and just accrue a massive force. But look, we have the point advantage, like, big time. And one of the guys on our team is like, point advantage. But it's like, dude, we're gonna lose the game. Good kills there. As you can see, very destructive there. Wiping out all the buildings. If they were more dense, it would have killed a lot of stuff. So, I actually like... They seem overpriced at 310 points, but... Honestly, it's decent to have something that can knock out the odd helicopter, like in the early game, because it has sidewinders or whatever, and it can also bomb if there's no opposition. So I realized that I should have pulled this back instead of trying to duel a T-80BV tank line with a single Milan Jeep. That was silly, but whatever. we're holding pretty okay. I throw a tank down here. Stockton leaves, which is kind of good. But it doesn't really matter at this point. But it is worth noting, we do have the tick advantage. Partially because loyalists just drove tanks and vehicles into me constantly, including like the T-80BVs, so that was nice. And I'm like, this is bad. Like, they got a Beruska, like they got a Bertino all the way up here. Like, we have almost no units in the entire area. This is just mega low IQ. Like, they're just driving TDBVs into Apache AGTM, not attacking it with aircraft. Like, they don't give a fuck, and so there's no air coming in, so I'm like, just fucking spawn double hell arm. Like, I would never do this usually. There's an Apache in there, like, we lose the zone anyways. But we knock out that tank thrust somehow. Oh, just ridiculous. No AA. They do have these, but whatever. So I'm realizing that all of this is probably not secure either. Waiting on these to reload. These guys are, you know, use up about half their payload defending. I forgot. I always think that these are have igloos, but they don't. But here, I mean, it's been pretty static. You know, like, it's okay. I mean, we have a dense cluster. This isn't very dense, but it's a well-supplied position. So my mind is really focusing on this right here, and I move these hell arms up again to try to kill the BMPs because it's so ridiculous. And look, huge enemy aircraft wave coming in. Blowpipes only get off one round though, sadly, but you know, we got one or two. We got 2 points. I don't know if we got them, but in total. So, you know, this is enough, I think. 7 blowpipes, a rapier, and 3 SAS to shut down the air zone. There goes that command tank coming in. Not a good situation. I don't know why they don't just attack with that 30 mil cannon on me, or at least use aircraft. But these guys expend the rest of their armament and they're done. We can't spawn from here anymore. Even if we could, they would just get killed at the spawn. And now all of a sudden I realize I pull these back in a second because I realize, okay, they're gonna start spawning AA right out of this and kill me. I realized that too late. Look, there I go. They spawned a Beruska right away. Kills them both. No chance. This guy's knocked out, like, and now we're done. Like, we have 195 seconds to not lose. And this guy was almost here too. So I actually turn him around because I know it's, like, there's no point, you know, so I leave. These guys were here to secure this route. Just with their double machine guns, they could kill infantry trying to cut this road. But at this point, I pull them out because we're going to lose. It's all about point, like, conserving your points. I pull these guys back. Enemy mounts a big push because they're like, fuck it, you know, like, we're almost done here. And let's look at the overall view again, just so you have an idea. I mean, huge enemy forces here, like, huge wave coming in to just flatten us, so, I mean, not really a lot we can do here. Not that we can see it, but we know that we're under heavy pressure and tanks overwhelm the infantry in the woods. These guys, look, he's actually pretty much dead already. There's nothing left at all. So I put a Milan here, like meme, like, and I think I do a couple more of those in a minute. Because I actually end with a good amount of points. I probably should have spent more points, but if you guys know my videos, oh, there we go, I lose a tornado trying to take this stuff out. Yeah, I mean, they don't really ever pressure this, which is good, because I wouldn't have had the points to defend it. But I realized that they're going to get through here, so I try to, I'm like, Jaeger out, recon, Milan's, like, I'm still trying to put up a cohesive line here, like, I don't care, like, what the situation is. Like, I'm here to defend, you know, to the very end. And we still got the point advantage. Oh, sadly that dies, but we get them. These guys are putting in bloody work here, like, they're all out of rockets now, or out of missiles. So, oh well. The Rapier's not, though. That thing's still got rounds left. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. We just got overrun, like, Zerg rushed. But, you know, credit to them, because they couldn't have Zerg rushed if they didn't already secure all the zones. That gave them the crippling point advantage early. Our Milans are coming up into their positions. I realize these guys are gonna die. I'm like, oh, shit, like, they're dead. But this guy saves them. I forgot the IHawk was there. So I'm like, get these guys out, get the Milans out, like, get them into their positions, like, whatever, dude. And this guy comes over the top. gets a blowpipe to the face, 50 cal on the M4, M48. As you can see, missing every round, doesn't matter. Chad blowpipes this round. Knock out another vehicle, like, it's just stunned. Loyalist has to watch and tear as missiles fly all around his helicopter, constantly missing, which is just more fun because then they realize they're gonna lose. Anyways, this is it, right? We're at the very end. Now, sadly, with the replay mode, I don't believe. Oh yeah, they're just booling, like, doesn't matter. There you go. Okay, so, okay, yes, you can see. So look, we get huge kill to loss ratio, mostly in the beginning, which is nice. And we end with slightly more kills than them, I believe, which is good. Loyalist is really bad. Now we've got our kills and losses. Sadly, the challengers like didn't last long, like got clustered. But even that just non-tracked rapier, getting work done, right? Getting work done. Air mobiles, getting work done. You know, getting work done. Even this guy, I had this guy attack the group because I was like, fuck it, like just attack. This guy, you know, did okay, right, in his zone. It's really, the challengers didn't, see, they're not the backbone, right, because the infantry saved me, but these having challengers stops them from pushing open ground, like, completely. It enables them to channel into where your infantry are, so, but, you know, individually they didn't actually, where they weren't murderous. This guy was great. This guy got the side shot, retreated all the way back to the crossroads. You know, nice, right? Tracked rapier again, many kills. Beautiful blowpipe on the Akula, like, just a, you know, this, nothing better than seeing, like, there's probably nothing better than literally seeing this, like, dude, you got blowpiped. Blowpipe kill again. Like, if a blowpipe gets, like, a kill, like, on a plane, it's paid for, like, itself, like, 12 times over. Like, they're totally worth it, like, I'm telling you. The Milan's doing work. Gator got the final kill, but T80U, this is the one that kept pulling back, right? It actually got the rapiers, because to look over the ridge, it kind of has to expose itself. And I probably shouldn't have pushed it up that much, to be honest, because I lost all three, so that was a mistake. We got that clustered as well on our beautiful tanks, which is not marked for some reason. Now I think about it, I don't see that cluster got our tanks. So I don't know why it's not marked, but anyways, you know, this guy's just murdering Milans. So, you know, that's a Britbong deck for you right there. Like, British at their best, like, just retreating all the way back, like, compressing the defensive line, like, a whole lot of fun, just realizing there's an overwhelming force and just not having enough time to stop them. But overall, just great game. Like, great game overall. I had a ton of fun with that. It's always fun to have, like, a fighting retreat, you know, which you don't get in command games very often. But there you go. There's the game of the week. I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys later. This is your host, Star Destroyer Gaming, signing off.